Hey, so today we're going to look at magic formula small case. And while they say that they provide an amazing return of 30.55 percentage, which they say is the average returns that you would get, they, when I actually checked, merely provided 3% return. So what's going wrong here? They say that they are providing 30.1 percentage or 30.55, which is today. This is a few days back. They say that they have been providing this from the from the inception date, which is 4th of March 2014, but they only launched 2 years after that. So this particular small case was launched 2 years after that. And the period from this to this is something which they are considering in their CAGR, but it is back tested. And if you open the fact sheet from here and you go down to the points at the end, which are the disclosures, they say that the back-tested returns do not represent the actual returns and should not be interpreted as an indication of such. So it's only fair that the CAGR, which is supposed to be here in this big green font, is the actual one, right? Not the back-tested one. But tell me, if they said that the CAGR was 3.55%, would you be investing here? No, right? So it's more of an eye candy and more of a scam, if I were to say that, rather than anything else. And I'm going to show you how I came up with all this. I'm not just going to claim it there, just like they did. I'm actually going to tell you how I came up with this. So if you scroll down here, you would have this download chart, which would give you an Excel sheet with all the numbers. I picked up the numbers from there. I'll even show them to you. But so in the beginning, for 4th March 2014, they start off with 100, which is just weighted. On 4th April 2016, which is when they actually launched, the value is 497.7. And at the end, 18 December is when I'm considering it, 576.98. If you take these two values and put it in the CAGR formula, it's going to give you V final upon V initial. Final is this, initial is this, to the power 1 upon 4.71, which is the number of years. It would be approximately this. I rounded it off to the nearest decimal value. And if you calculate that, you would, and the minus 1, you would get the 3.18 percentage, which I've written here. They do, however, make a mistake. They say that they are following the Joel Greenblatt's magic formula, but while this author Joel Greenblatt clearly stated that they need to be in the large cap stocks, they, on the other hand, say that 28.5% is going to be in mid cap and 70% is in small cap. So that's an inherent flaw that they have, and they're clearly not doing justice and using Greenblatt's magic formula, and neither are they holding up to the returns that they mentioned here. Alright, so how did I come up with this? In the fact sheet, they say that their launch date is April 4, 2016, and if you download the chart, you would get these three columns. All of this part on the right hand side is something that I've personally come up with. Now, what do you have here? In the beginning, so you have 100 and 100, so they've weighted it everything like that. And on 2016 4th April, which is actually when they started, these are the values I picked up in the sheet I was showing you, 497.7. And now if these are something I have created, so these are nothing but these values divided by 4.977. So we're just weighing it against that. It's 100 here, so that the chart comes out fine, and we are going to weigh these by 1.5349, and all of these are weighted by the same number. You can see it, and you can even do it. It's a simple division, nothing else. So we just weigh these, and we have all these values. Now this is the chart that they have. This is the big chart which says that, you see, our fund is going to outperform this by such a huge degree. You start off with 100, you get more than 500 rupees. But actually, when they start off with 100, you are left with almost 100 after so many years that it would be much better for you to keep it in a savings bank account. You'd get much more money than you would here. The CAGR formula we are using is this one, which is clearly out there, a very simple formula. You just plug in these values. So if you take these values of 576 and correspondingly 497.7, or even if you take these 100 and 115, you're going to get the exact same value. So that's what's happening. Be more careful when you see this backtesting period. Don't trust it. And one more way to verify this is that it's been approximately 4 years, right? So rather than looking at the max, look at 4 years and you'd see what's happening. Magic formula underperforms, and magic formula at the starting with 100 after 4 years leaves you with 91.92, which is in absolute terms a loss of 8.18 percentage, right? But if I put in the exact values, it's giving you a 3.13 CAGR, considering the period slightly before this, right? So that's it for today. Be extremely careful about these values and do not just look at the CAGR and think that's what's actually the compounded annual average interest that you're going to get. See you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.